Hey there, everybody. This is Henry with your astrology report for the coming week. So, I've been looking for a good time to do this. It's kind of the only time I've got here. Also, I hadn't really looked over this week until this morning and kind of got my notes together. But thanks for coming and listening. Looks like there's a few things that have happened this week. The moon goes through Capricorn and has the new moon in Aquarius, and then moves into Pisces. So we got all those themes going on right before and after the new moon. So thanks for listening, and we're just gonna do the best we can. So I elected this time to do this because there's a transit to Mercury in the annual revolution, so I just don't really see another good time to try to talk about any of this stuff. I don't really want to get up early in the morning tomorrow to record during the Mercury Cazimi, so we'll do the best we can. Mercury Pisces with the moon Capricorn. It's alright. I think it's okay. So let's see. Okay, guys, so today, the moon is connecting to the past, really. That's what we got. It might be a little damper on the mood, just kind of getting things finished up and connecting to Uranus and Taurus themes. So then tomorrow we've got the Mercury Cazimi, and it looks like a nice day with the moon just connecting to Venus and Taurus, and Mars and Taurus right next to it. So this could be a really sweet time, potentially, depending on your chart and if you live in an area that has a fixed ascendant this year. Just look kind of like a nice, potentially sweet time. So could be. Probably get more information tomorrow. Of course, Mercury is going to be combust after tomorrow, so Mercury won't be as strong. Mercury will be under Sun's beams, so we'll probably get a lot of themes and information coming out today and tomorrow. But after that, Mercury is going to kind of still not be working as well as it could. It's a Mercury retrograde, but also Mercury is combust, so it gains some debility. It loses some dignity, another way to say it. So on Tuesday, the moon is going past all those themes that we saw last year, this past year. This is Jupiter besieged, so it's kind of happening in the morning, so maybe, and then it conjoins Pluto, so it might be sort of an in-between day, kind of just reflecting over all those things that happened in the past. It's some pretty dark themes, just difficulty if you are an ecclesiastical person. It's kind of a difficult year you had, or just hard if on any level, just kind of your ability to expand kind of being restricted. So I think we'll be picking up on that before the moon moves into Aquarius. So moon moves into Aquarius. I don't know, it's just kind of applying, what is it applying to? Saturn. We have some themes with Mercury coming out. Mercury retrograde connect to the nodes, but also squaring Mars in the morning. So what is this? I think it's kind of like Mars getting the message of hey, well, whatever message you need to get around how you're acting and the way you're navigating and working and keeping your energy together in this time, we're kind of getting more of a message about that. That doesn't quite feel right. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll think about that a little bit more, but yeah, we'll probably be getting the message on that. Or maybe it's just like tightness around how we're able to act and how much we can move. But I don't know. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really getting it. So it kind of connects to Saturn. So it's kind of a damper. Like there's a damper on our activity and our ability to act, and it's a square over to Uranus, which is, the things that we'd like to do that are out of the norm, or just like kind of wanting to break free from all these restrictions. But then the rest of the day, the moon connects to Venus, Jupiter, and natal moon. So I think this will be really nice. Like, it's square to Venus, but so I mean, don't overspend. Like, you don't overuse your energy. But it looks like we're really picking up on something good, something very good and rewarding and consoling is kind of what I'm getting from this. Even in the midst of the restrictions and everything going back to Saturn, it really looks like a day we'll be really picking up on these Aquarius themes. This was kind of like a peak. Although, the moon is going past all these planets, sort of releasing light, releasing around the themes of last year. I think that's another part of it. We're like letting go of the present and the past so that we can open up to something new. It's like a very big closing out for the year. So on Thursday morning, the moon conjoins Mercury, and then squares Mars, new moon, Venus conjoin Jupiter, meaning Venus goes ahead of Jupiter. That means Mercury's now applying to Venus now. So Venus themes with Mercury kind of get the emphasis over Jupiter themes, in my opinion, as far as Mercury is concerned. But yeah, there's a new moon. We're closing out on the old. That's just what I'm getting with that. Like, there's a whole new realm of possibilities seemingly opening up. Manifestly, not mercurially so much, but manifestly, we're going to look at what Mercury retrograde square Venus is over here. So Mercury retrograde square Venus, not mentally aggressive, but you'll probably feel quite good. The only area of tension will be your personal relationships. Use this energy to have a discussion with a loved one about the state of your relationship. You may discover that the two of you do not agree in as many ways as you thought, but if you speak in a spirit of compromise, you should have little difficulty in reaching a working agreement. If you proceed from a position of inflexible righteousness, there will be disagreement and discord in your relationship that could sever communications for some time. Attitude. So the theme is attitude here. Of course, this is the late Robert Hand's book, Planets in Transit, a very useful book for considering transits, especially since it's written from the perspective of a currently transiting planet to a natal chart. So anyway, elsewhere in your life, this transit will signify a time of good feelings, perhaps some self-indulgence. Yeah, just kind of be careful with how much you expend during this phase. I feel like with Jupiter there, it's really going to expand Venus like over the top in this Aquarian context, but it's it's all denominated by Saturn, so I think we'll be kind of in the groove of being frugal spirited, perhaps. I hope you take that in the right way. If you attend a social gathering, you have a good time, but you exercise restraint. Okay, take note of how much you have indulged yourself and call a halt at a reasonable time. So, this is kind of like party energy in a sense. It's kind of Aquarian. I feel like a lot of people might be having a party over Zoom or like doing like digital sort of connecting, but I think people are going to do their best to actually meet face to face and like expand in that area. Like there's a new possibility for ways that we can connect. So, yeah, I hope you can just read the rest of that, sort of apply that to this context. So, yeah. And the moon is still void of course in the midst of that. So, I think it could be pleasant. It's just sort of well, it's just right after the new moon, and it's applying to Pisces. So, void of course, new moon. I think it really depends on how you're going to use it, and I think the best use would be to just kind of like set your attitude, set your intention for what you want. So, do you remember that day that was like Sun square Venus in the transit to the natal chart that we talked about last week? Did you guys notice that like it was nice up until that transit happened, and then after that, the moon and Scorpio stuff kind of took over, and it was really gloomy. At least around here it was. It was super gloomy. I didn't really do much that day. Actually, got a lot done right before that Sun square Venus transit, like during that time as it was building up to it, and then sort of after the Scorpio stuff. So I think that after this transit happens, we'll be really, that tension will release at that point. So, and then we have Venus conjoin natal moon, which is super sweet and nice. We're gonna read it again just because it's such a nice thing. We talked about this in the month report. Yeah, and I said that during that time that anyway, we'll just read it. This combination rules feelings of love and affection. You are loving and affectionate to people around you today unless there is an extremely difficult transit at the same time. Dreamy, romantic, pleasant domesticity, strong feelings of love for your family and relatives, fortune with women, relations with women, good time to see your mom, avoiding overindulgence, moderation. So those are sort of some themes there. And it's gonna be moon in Pisces. I feel like we'll probably even be picking up on this on Thursday night. I see like party energy, like new beginnings, maybe new beginnings with the people you already know, or like a new opportunity with people. I don't know. I think it'll depend, But as we get into Friday, that will sort of change gears into all this. The next couple of days have this Mars sextile Neptune theme, and I feel like things will get really spiritualized in the Neptune sort of way with our activity. And on my other report, I said it'd be a good time for like reading, like studying mystical things. Probably through the weekend, and connecting on that level, especially with Mercury retrograde coming back to Venus, and that intellective sort of mood will be with us with Venus applying there. It looks like we in the mood to do something very different in that during that day with the connection to Uranus. So it looks like there's a big opportunity to do something rewarding or sweet or heartfelt. If you're at home or you're just connecting to someone you love, it's gonna be very Piscean. The moon's gonna be applying to Neptune as the next aspect by body, so it can get very, very Neptune, very, very Neptunian. So regardless of what you think about what this will be, it's just kind of gonna happen. It's just gonna kind of take us on the way that it's going. Especially just look at all those sextile aspects. Like there's so many opportunities in a way. The moon's going to go past the nodes because it'll be going past Neptune. So I feel like this is a more positive side of the Neptune transit. We might be a little tired, just kind of taking it easy. Saturday's my day off, so I'll be taking it easy, reading, looks like doing, whatever I'm being presented with here. The moon's also picking up on, Capricorn here. So, I would, my intention is probably just to do as much good as I can on this day. These couple days, kind of, that looks like, we kind of, as if leave hardcore reality and just kind of do this sort of thing, But be careful, be wise, fear God, look to God for your benefit, your favor, blessing throughout all this. So, but it looks like there's a lot more opportunity this week, guys. Like last week, there really just wasn't that much. Like there was Mars square the moon and Sun square Venus, it looks like, in the mundane transiting, and we saw that, we definitely saw both of those pretty strong. So, let's see. I don't think I really missed anything. I know we just kind of like knocked through it, but that's just kind of the mood I have right now. So yeah, I feel like we'll be finding out a lot of different stuff because the Mercury will be going past all these different planets. And we'll be kind of dealing with some tension with some Mars and Venus themes all week, but it kind of just gets close to home in a good way, looks like, with our communications and where things are going and what the kind of activity we want to take. Hopefully it'll be positive, when Mars went over Neptune with the body aspect, and the moon was there last year. That we had the riot. I want to say riots, but there was also like sort of a Neptunian like protesting and call for change and vision and dream. So there might be some really good possibility for like creating, like really putting energy into creating something, insightful or something that involves insight. I would be sure, kind of be very tuned in, check in, like look to, make sure what you're doing is grounded, basically. You don't want to be working based on an illusion, which I feel like could be more or less possible depending on your own chart. But I think as long as you are really connected and grounded, with God, it looks really good, So fear God and do the commandments, that's the short of it. So yeah, guys, looks. Oh yeah, here's what else I had to look at. So I have my term and face information. I did all that last week too. I kind of just wrote it all down on my calendar here. So Mercury retrograde enters face on the 8th on Monday. So Mercury will gain some essential dignity when it goes into face, and on the next day Venus will leave face. Venus has actually been in face since she entered Aquarius. So Venus will actually lose a little bit of dignity. But the thing is that when Venus goes into Pisces, Venus will gain term. Oh, wait. Venus gains term in Aquarius on the 11th. So Venus will like temporarily on the 9th and 10th like lose some dignity. So if we have when the Venus themes come out, it might not be as strong maybe as we would like it to be, but after that, I think there's more opportunity, like Venus or the moon conjoins Venus and Jupiter, and then the next day Venus gains term and joins Jupiter. So I think there's a lot of good if you just like have the right attitude and you're aware and really desiring to align your will to what's good, I feel like there's a lot of support for that right now. Really a lot. So, what else? So, yeah, Mercury will gain face and on the 8th, and on the 11th, Venus will gain term. And Mercury will gain term without losing face on the 15th next week, which is quite an interesting day as well. Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to talk about the 14th yet. There's quite a bit. There's Venus square Venus and Mercury retrograde conjoined Moon. So if you want to see that, look at my month chart, my month report. We really talked about mundane transits for that, but there's a lot of good there too. Like it looks great. So um, yeah, guys, that's really my long and short of it for this week. I thank you for listening. I hope that was helpful. Um, God bless you all, and I hope to catch you on the next one. If I follow you and I watch your videos, I really appreciate what you do. It's really cool to. I get a sense like there is a dialogue going on because we're all looking at this, we're all talking about it. It's really interesting, and I really appreciate all that you guys are doing um, for the astrology community. So I thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.